Good evening from the home of the Generals, and we welcome you inside Wayne High School. And tonight, a crosstown SAC matchup between the Northrop Bruins taking on the Wayne Generals. The Generals trying to battle back after a losing streak. The Northrop Bruins trying to gain a little bit of extra momentum going into postseason play. As tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including the Big Eyed Fish Bar and Grill. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at 4 locations only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steele Tire, 2 locations best to serve you off North Clinton and West Jefferson, servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. Tom Steele Tire. By Outmuller Contracting, from bid to build, Outmuller Contracting has you covered. Visit them online at outmullercontracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusations, Jolly Law Firm is the best defense. The choice of an attorney should not be based solely upon advertisements. By Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, quality work, responsive service, and a commitment to people. That's what they're all about at siakas.com. By the University of St. Francis and their online degree programs. Visit them online at online.usf.edu today to find out how you can complete online degree programs in 12 months or less. Now that we have the script back up, tonight's game is also brought to you by TJW Industrial. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. The leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the affiliated district councils and local unions that help build Indiana, we are LIUNA. You can earn your edge this season thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge Training Program. It's designed to maximize your athleticism. Visit them online at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge today. And by the Always 100 Academy Drills and Skills Programs, just $10. That's all you need to help your child develop dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense skills from pre-K to 12th grade. They've got you covered. $10 at a drop-in session on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Parkview Sports Medicine Fieldhouse. And brought to you by Summit City Sports, the fine folks at Summit City Sports. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you'll definitely need to do that tonight, because tonight is a big night in the SAC across both girls and boys basketballs, as we'll get things going coming up in just a moment between these two here at Wayne High School. Coming up, it's Northrop and Wayne at the top of the hour. You're watching Indiana High School girls basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
We welcome you to Wayne High School to tonight's SAC basketball contest between the Northrop Bruins.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
I got a whole lot of everything and I come from study. And now the whole world don't know my name. And I used to have nothing. But now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come from study. When I'm gone, the whole world don't know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street life. I was trying to sound harder than the street life.
We welcome you back inside Wade High School. First of two here tonight. as the Bruins take on the Wayne Generals. And again, a crosstown matchup between two teams trying to find at least a little hint of positive momentum, as the Generals taking a loss to the Whitco Wildcats earlier this week. Northrop again trying to find some momentum in what is a stacked Class 4 sectional for them, as we welcome in the pride of Hicksville, Ohio's greatest import, in Eli Lawrence. First off, it's been a while since we've done this together, but also, too, you have to think momentum. You mentioned this Tuesday night in your game. Momentum is the key word no matter who you are and what situation you're in.
It's so important when you get to this time of year because everybody's going to start with a clean slate come here in about 2 weeks. Everybody's going to be 0-0. They don't care what you did in the regular season. It's about what can you do right now, and these two teams are really looking for it because Northrop still got an outside shot at the SAC. Wayne's looking to pick it up as they get to sectionals.
Absolutely, of course. Many know that the SAC has been dominated by Homestead on the girls' side, but this Northrop team feels like they have a great case to talk about. Really, as you've seen this Northrop Bruin team really kind of gel into their own. Who are some key players we should keep an eye on tonight?
It always starts with Swin Jackson. The IUPUI commit does a lot for this team. She's their leading scorer, and she's going to have to be one of the players that carries this team through tonight. And then if they want to take down Homestead here in the coming weeks, she'll be the one to be in charge of that night. It'll be really interesting to watch how they stack up as they get ready for what's going to be the biggest games of the year.
And absolutely, taking a look at Wayne, of course, obviously first-year head coach, but the one thing they have going on their side is youth, new program, new energy, no seniors on their side here as it stands right now. But nonetheless, they know what they have to do to get the job done as they've got the lights on and they try to build the atmosphere just a little bit. The one player I really like to talk about who's made a lot of noise tonight, or not a lot of noise tonight, but overall, number 4, Diva Irons, who's done a great job really just carrying the team on her shoulders this season.
Yes, and perfect timing is now she's the first one off the bench, but really powers this team. And when she had to take a game off against, I believe it was Northside, they really felt that impact. They still were able to ride a victory and find their way. But when she's on the floor, this team is so much better offensively. It gives another scorer for the defense to worry about. It takes things off of the younger girls who can then shine in their roles.
So we will continue to see that as the night goes on. Let's go ahead and get you those starting lineups. First for the Bruins, they're going to be in the away brown jerseys with orange trim across the board, as it's going to be led off by, after we make one adjustment real quick, as they're going to be led off again tonight by number 2, Elvia Rice, number 3, Briley Day, number 5, KWT, Kalia Williams-Thomas, number 12, Marion Weiss, and number 15, Kamaya Morris, as we're underway here in quarter number 1. Meanwhile, the Generals are going to be in their home whites, red numbers, red trim across the board. Again, not too much change in their starting lineup. Number 1, Amelia Tyree. Number 2, Mariah Bright. Number 3, Brayla King. Number 4, Diva Irons. And number 24 in Zaire Atkinson, bringing it the way. And Wayne getting a good start again. Something I noticed Tuesday night in the matchup, they really like to play a good defensive matchup and try to pick away from you at the top of the key to try to force those deflections one way or another. But that is something that has haunted them too, the travels and the turnovers on their side.
And I think you expect that with a young team a little bit. It takes time for everybody to get acclimated to the environment. Now, we're getting to the end of the season, so Ayers going to have to run slim as there's a nice jumper knocked down.
As Williams able to get this one knocked down, up and in, to get 2 on the board for the Bruins to start off in this one. Another takeaway coming back in the hands of Northrop. Here's Williams-Thomas able to answer it back up and in. And just like that, 2 quick points. And again, for Coach L.B. Smith, you know, these are the growing pains that you have as a team that's trying to continue to move forward. But nonetheless, for Northrop, these are the games you want to win. You know you're a game out as it stands right now in the SAC, barring anything nutty happening tonight, which, keep in mind, tonight is quote-unquote rivalry night, as you mentioned, with a bunch of the crosstown rivals really taking part with each other in the SAC.
Yeah, you never really know what's going to happen when two teams that don't like each other face off, because that's all you need. You can throw out the records. You can throw out what the seasons looked like. I don't like you, and that's enough for me to want to beat you and do everything that I can. Now, for Wayne, they're going to have to get settled early and start to hit shots. It's been a struggle, at least from when I've seen them, the couple of times. They've got to hit their looks. If they can, they're going to have a chance.
And we'll look to see if they can continue to try to hit those looks as they trail 4-0 in the early going. Here's Williams-Thomas again, trying to able to get it off the hands. And gets it over to Rice. Rice tries to pick it up. Now back over in the hands of Morris. Morris again in the interim. Looks over to Rice. The triple. Gets it to go. And Northrop started off on a quick 7-0 run here early in the first. 84 seconds gone by. And another takeaway again picked up by the Bruins. This one from the hands of Day. Day can't get it to go. Little battle in the offensive side. Eventually picked up by the Generals. And a chance to take it out the other way. Here's King. King looks to get it up. Deflected away. And another great deflection again from Rice, who's done a great job of at least trying to find a way up the middle as it stands so far. Spit out again, deflected away, but still going to stay Northrop territory.
Yeah, we're seeing the Bruins be really active on the defensive side of the ball. They've done a fantastic job at taking control and making everything impossible to get to if you're the Generals. That's the kind of pressure you want to see early.
Push up again now on the inside. Goes over to Weiss. Weiss staff sets up again for Morris. Morris again. Looks over to Weiss again. Up at the top. Wayne again. Trying to play a little bit of a spread defense as it stands right now. A little bit of a 2-3. Tries to get the knee off the deflection, but not going to go the other way. And you're going to see a little bit of that tonight from Wayne, of at least trying to force those minimal mistakes off their opponents. But again, when it comes to hot hands, that's something that we've noticed that the Generals have struggled to deal with this season.
It'll be interesting to see how they try and get moving offensively the rest of the game.
Long shot on the way, no good from Morris. Rebound back in the hands of Wayne and Tyree.
She'll be a player that's going to have to hit some looks, especially from beyond the arc if she can. Already down 7 early.
Irons gets it inside on the draw. Looks over on the right side over to King. King hits the triple up and in. And again, Brilla King has done a great job of trying to find those angles of what we've seen this season. The best perimeter shooter for Coach L.B. Smith and company.
Yeah, a real bright spot on the offensive end, especially when it's been hard to come by. She's been able to get a bucket most times when they need it.
Outside crisscross pass over to Day. Day gets it off on the right side. Still going to stay in Northrop territory as it was off the hands of Tyree. Take a look again one more time at the quick shot on the board coming in for the hands of King, powered by our friends at Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning, as the next play is going to be deflected out of the box and out of sight. But again, if you can find those quick angles, that's something that Wayne can really ride in on moving forward, knowing that they have the perimeter shooters in their territory.
It's going to be so important the rest of the way. Everything is once you get to the postseason.
Shot up, armbar going to be called against Wayne. We'll look to see officially who that's going to be on. That'll be on number 3 in Brilla King. So contact being drawn in. That's going to be her first. Team foul number 1. And Day getting her first chance at the charity stripe, goes in and out with 4:53 remaining here in quarter number 1. 7-3 advantage with the team off Coldwater and 69. Second shot up and good. 8-3 advantage Bruins, just 3 minutes inside here in quarter number 1. Of course, busy night of SAC play. We'll keep you updated as the night progresses, as that's going to be picked away from the hands of Rice. Now back in the hands of Williams-Thomas. Finds an open gap, but way too open for Brilla King, but deflected away off the hands of Irons. It looked like she had the angle for it, but just couldn't get both hands.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of teams struggle with moving in transition, and it really stops you from taking that next step as a complete team. I think of Leo specifically. They've struggled with that at times, and while they still have a really good record to show for it, you wonder where they could be if they could just get that fixed. They'd be in a lot more ball games.
And you have to think, you have to settle down in the transition. You don't have to really try to go for the give and go, especially if you have a possession or two advantage, if not more. It's not about trying to get the quick point in 5.6 seconds. No shot clock here as of yet, but nonetheless, you got to think if you want to try to stretch ahead early on, you can. This one going to be way short off the hands of Tyree, but picked up by King on the offensive board. And a chance now for Diva Irons to reset. Irons looks to try to go in the inside, connects up, couldn't get the contact she was looking for. And again, that looks like a kind of a contact drawn play So at least Northrop would try to kind of bump into her a little bit, but nonetheless did not go in her advantage.
Yeah, I think overall they did a good job of just going after the ball. It was close. You really could have drawn it either way, but this time, we'll see what happens.
3:35 remaining here in the opening quarter. Joe Northern, Eli Lawrence, Caden Linder, the triple threat with you here tonight. And the bucket up and in from Miley Waring on the board. And Northrop now up 3 possessions.
Great feedback door there, and they've been doing that a couple of times tonight.
Cut this out on the inside. Spits it back over to Atkinson. Atkinson tries to spit it out. Gets it over to King. King lobs it up. Can't get it to go.
An open
Rebound
look.
back.
Open looks. Got to knock them down, but you have to keep shooting if you're Wayne. Just keep firing.
Inside pass now coming over to Waring. Waring can't get it picked up by the Generals. And again, Northrop, they're not afraid to fire it in there too, as what you've seen here tonight. Here's Day, able to get it out up top. Tyree, able to spit it back inside, gets over to Bryant. Bryant in control. Bryant trying to continue to retain the control. Facing off a little bit of a defensive pressure coming in from the Bruins, specifically at number 12 in Marion Weiss. Now again from Irons. Irons, she wants to take it herself, draws the contact, and an opportunity to try to get 2 more on the board.
And that time just found the lane, got to the bucket, and there was nothing else for Northrop to do. Is now
Whoa, hang on, they're going to call it. I didn't see the extra foot come in there, which is kind of interesting.
I guess it begs the question, who do they call the foul on? Did they call it on the first bump or the second bump?
Well, there is no bump apparently because it is going to be a traveling violation, as it looked like maybe Irons had that left foot moving forward. But nonetheless, a double dribble going to be called on the opposite side.
Gotta wonder maybe if that's a get-back call.
I mean, again, when a heart doesn't break, it only breaks even. As a timeout will be called on the court. We'll take it with them. 10-3 advantage of the Bruins. 2:12 remaining here in quarter number 1.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports.
10-3 the score as it stands right now in this girls matchup. So in case you are watching other games across the region as it stands, a little bit of a start time change for the Homestead Northside game, as the girls game has actually moved back to a 7:30 start time, approximately 7:30, while the boys are being moved up to a 6 o'clock start time. So Jaron Matherney, he's got the game for you, for both games for you here tonight. But just note, in case you are expecting the girls game at 6 for Homestead Northside and you're with us, that has been flip-flopped. The girls not going to get underway until 7:30 tonight, as that's going to be deflected out of play. But nonetheless, we hope you stay with us for the next 3 hours or so, as we feel like we've got some compelling action here in the SAC. And again, later on tonight, a possibility of a first-place Wayne team that could try to slide their way into first place here tonight.
Yeah, and what we've seen out of the Generals the last couple of years is exactly that. Normally, they're set at the top. That's what we've seen, but through graduation, they've been able to ride the wave. They're still loaded with talent. It'll be interesting to see how they go throughout the rest of the year.
Well, we'll have Northrop and Wayne on the boys' side coming up on a separate stream as soon as this one is done. Meanwhile, compelling one continuing to be compelling as KWT able to get this on the board.
She is really settling into this game. Every shot she takes, it's calm, cool. Every turnover she jumps for.
She's got 5 of the 13 on the board for Northrop with 74 seconds remaining. And a foul going to be picked up on the Bruins. Look to see officially who against it will be. Number 40, Miley Waring, the 6-foot senior forward.
Just a little bit too aggressive.
But again, this is a Northrop team that's really done a good job of trying to box people in. But again, draw a little too more contact. You get both hands on for a second, you're going to get that whistle every time.
Yep, but I think it's, when you're a team that likes to play that like that, you understand that. You're aware of where you're going to be, and we see it now. That's first, second foul on them here in the quarter, and we got a minute left. So you're not in danger of putting anybody at the charity stripe. It's just about being smart.
Right side swing over to Morris. Continue to reset, less than a minute remaining. Able to get this out of the inside over to Waring. Waring looks to connect over to KWT. Williams-Thomas able to get it up and in once more. She's got 7 on the night with 46 seconds remaining here in the first. Chance again now coming in for Tyree. Tyree trying to go right side. 2-on-1 pressure. Nearly picked away, and eventually it is. Now fast break opportunity. Spits it up. Can't get it to go. KWT trying to go up and in, but connects with Avila Rice in the meantime.
All day long. 12-point lead here at the start.
And the Bruins certainly asserting themselves early on, 17-5, and a traveling violation going to be called against Brilla King.
And all that pressure from the Northrop defense just isn't helping the young Generals get into it. They're active after the ball, and the officials are letting them play a little bit. There have been a couple swats. Just Northrop doing a great job. Wayne's not comfortable.
And you can sense really there's just a feeling of tension in the air. And again, that Northrop's not afraid to go for those swipes. 5 seconds to go for another one. Here's a long chance on the way from Morris. Going to rim off the iron. Chance again. Up top to Williams-Thomas. Banks it in.
And that's the story of the first half. Kayla Williams-Thomas just wants it a little bit more. 9 of the Bruins 19.
And she has continued to command the effort as we go into the second. 19-5 advantage of the Bruins. KWT with 9 of 5. Back in a moment.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
We welcome you back inside. Quarter number 2 ready to go. Joe Northern, Eli Lawrence, Caden Linder with you. Again, for an important night of SAC basketball all across the board here on Summit City Sports. As the Generals wasting no time, this one going to be off the iron to the hands of Irons. And picked back up the other way for the Bruins. And again, really the story of the first quarter. Again, we have to talk about Kalia Williams-Thomas. 9 of 19 on the board. But again, the Bruins have really done it more so on just trying to force the contact on the inside. Of course, we say that as there's a traveling violation being called. But the defensive effort we've seen from the Bruins, not afraid to go inside here tonight.
Not at all, and it's a big reason why they're up on the scoreboard. They're playing more aggressive. They're after every loose ball, and they're not afraid to get a little physical, even if it means picking up a foul.
Inside pressure upcoming. They get this up to King. King can't get it to go, but a whistle will be called against the Bruins. We'll look to see who's going to get ticketed for that one. And it looks like, again, it's going to be on the post to number 40 in Miley Waring. That'll be her second. Team foul number 1 with 7:20 remaining here in quarter number 2. First shot up off the marks for Diva Irons. Again, coming up later tonight here on Summit City Sports, the games that you are watching on the girls' side or boys' side, they will have boys' doubleheaders on top of that. As Carroll and South Side will be a fun one. The dueling Orths will have that call for you. Second shot up and in. Concordia and Snyder, Dwenger and Lurs, and Homestead at Northside. The boys in action for that one right now. Girls will have the late game coming up in just a little while at approximately 7:30 here on the network.
We got a score update from that one. Northside leading Homestead after one quarter, 13-11.
It's a fantastic one coming in right now. Another fantastic shot again coming in from Kalia Williams-Thomas as she's got 12 of the 22 to make it 22-6.
Just feeling it early on. Wayne going to have to make some kind of adjustment.
Long triple on the way. That one goes in time for Diva Williams on the board.
And just the kind of shot that they're going to need to see Irons make, although...
But it looks like we are going to get a technical called against Irons. It looks like maybe a little bit of taunting going on in the interim.
Yeah, they certainly don't like that, even when it looks slight. They're never really going to let you play through it, So
it looked like maybe some extracurricular words might have been spoken, but nonetheless, that's what Irons is good to do, though. She's good to get those quick perimeter shots and get her team in a right position.
You just got to be a little bit careful.
So first of two now incoming on the board, going to be off the mark.
A lot of times we talk about you want to play with emotion, but you have to be able to keep those in check. And, you know, when you let too much of it sink in, then it becomes tough to play and hit those shots.
As Sanaya Kimbrough going 0 for 2. So again, despite the foul being picked up on the Generals, again, both teams with one personal foul, the technical going to be picked up on Irons. Nonetheless, you go away unscathed. You now are down to a 13-point advantage. You think there's possibility to change it up the other way. But now the Bruins trying to pitch it back. It goes over to Waring. Waring can't get it to go. Picked up back by the Generals. And an opportunity in on the inside over to Tyree. Tyree gets it over to King. King setting up again once more. So again, they're doing a great job of trying to draw in, but then push out. As again, the inside key defense has been stifling for this Bruin team. And again, you see Williams-Thomas try to pick it away back in Wayne territory.
And even when they don't take the basketball away, that's still a successful tip as you force Wayne to get back. And then they do it again.
Again, the two extra steps have been coming back to haunt the Generals over and over again, at least of what we've seen in approximately 10:04 in game time as it stands right now, 22-9 here in quarter number 2. And again, leading the way, in case you're just joining us, Kalia Williams-Thomas, 12 of 22 of the Northrop scoring as it stands. Wayne's done a good job of spreading the scoring out a little bit. Diva Irons picking up the 3, but getting the technical immediately thereafter. 5:44 remaining. Inside pressure coming in over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough can't get it, but foul going to be drawn on the floor. Looks like it's going to stay on the floor, and it will. This time on Trinity Calhoun. So that'll be her first, team foul number 2. Inside pressure picked up and in time. As Olivia Rice able to connect it up on the board. Back to a 15-point lead and advantage of the Bruins.
In all of Northrop's buckets, they haven't really had to fight through a lot of contact inside. They're giving contact on the other side.
This one picked away again, now picked up by Williams-Thomas, but eventually picked up again by Malia Muff. Muff now connecting over to King. Whether it be unintentional or not, she finds her way to King. Left side of the wing from our vantage point. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Connection on the inside. Couldn't get it out of the hands of Calhoun. Now picked up again by the Bruins. Open daylight yet again, but for who else? And Williams-Thomas. 26-9. Williams-Thomas connecting in on the board with 14. Scoreboard unofficially showing that at 9 as the bucket on the board for Rice, but Williams-Thomas picking that up. So 14 for her officially as it stands.
Yeah.
Diva Irons are turning back in for Wayne. 4:39 remaining, 17-point advantage of the Bruins. And a connection in on the inside for Weiss. Able to get this on the inside. Gets over to Williams-Thomas. Can't get it to go. Gets it off the board, up again. Who else but Williams-Thomas? Now with 16 officially. 28-9, advantage of the Bruins.
She's so calm inside. Doesn't matter that the first one didn't go. And now here she goes again.
And she's able to find the steals of the connection too, which is something to keep inside. And looking to maybe draw an and one. Won't get the and one in the interim, but nonetheless going to go to the line as the Generals going to pick up another foul.
And on a night when you don't have Swin Jackson available, is sitting down in street clothes and what looks like a boot, you love to see your other stars take control. You know, we talked about Jackson in the pregame, but when Thomas is cooking, she's every bit as good, and right now you're seeing it.
Absolutely. And again, we hope that Jackson gets well soon, as quick as you possibly can, but also in the healthy process that you can at the end of the day.
Yeah. These games, while they still matter, especially in conference, you're playing for tournament at this point in the year. You're playing to try and make a run, and Northrop going to have a tough sectional to try and get out of.
That they will, as a timeout's going to be called for the Generals, so they will take a quick full timeout. We will tell you, though, that tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including Big Eyed Fish Bar and Grill. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment, only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steel Tire, 2 locations best to serve you off North Clinton and West Jefferson. Tom Steel Tire, servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. By Ottmuller Contracting, from bid to build, Ottmuller Contracting provides peace of mind throughout the entire process. Visit them online at ottmullercontracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the best defense. The choice of the attorney should not be based solely upon advertisements. And by Siaka Cleaning and Restoration. Quality work, responsive service, the commitment to people, that's what they're all about. At Siaka Cleaning and Restoration, visit them online at siakas.com today. Joe Northern, Eli Lawrence, Caden Lender, the triple threat here with you tonight. And again, Northrop really providing one threat in and of their own in Kalia Williams-Thomas, already 17 of 29 on the board for the Bruins.
Just a really confident guard that's actually played, bit of forward, bit of guard. You see that a lot around the area. Doing a really good job on pretty much everywhere they put her.
Contact going to be called, and we'll see officially who against. Certainly going to be against Northrop, and it will be against Kamaya Morris, a bigger pardon. She'll pick up her first, team foul number 2. But again, a game that has been dominated by the Bruins, a 14-point lead at the half. We did see a little bit of shed of opportunity for the Generals, but they really haven't been able to counter back inside the paint here this evening.
And it's really hard because they haven't been able to get to the paint. There's another outside look.
They've been really just trying to rely on the perimeter shot. As you see, it goes off the mark. But again, credit to Coach Katie Jackson and company, knowing that that weak spot is going to be inside the paint for this General squad, and they've continued to do a good job doing that. Williams-Jackson not able to get it up off the iron. This one troubled off the board, but able to draw the contact in the meantime.
Northrop dominating the boards on both ends of the floor. It's hard enough when you're losing the offensive board battle, but when it's both sides, that's going to run you out of games real quick.
Contact going to be drawn against number 2 and Mariah Bryant, the freshman. She gets her first, team foul number 4, but the Bruins going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. And again, for this Generals team, they want to try to avoid going for that turbo clock 2 nights in a row. It happened to them against, again, one of the best teams we've seen in Whitco on Tuesday night, but nonetheless a Wayne team that has the spark plugs to get there. But again, it's just going to take time. It's going to take kind of, taking these blows every now and again.
And as you said, Whitco just such a good team with the Stonebreaker sisters, as well as a good supporting cast, as there's a foul. But it's going to be so much fun to watch what 2A teams we have in the area go to work, because we're going to see Lures, Woodland, Whitco, and Bluffton all in the same sectional. We're going to see Eastside there waiting for regionals. It's just so exciting. I had the pleasure of seeing it last year, and the environment was electric. Just so many excellent basketball games.
I have a good feeling we might be seeing some of that again coming up 2 weeks from now, as the ping pong balls are going to drop in less than 48 hours officially. We don't have a camera on Eli Lawrence, but he was jumping up like, yes, let's go.
It's that time of year. There's nothing better than basketball in the state of Indiana, especially come February and March.
We will have select sectionals coming up for you here on IHSA TV, on IHSAATV.org. Produced, of course, by the fine folks here at Summit City Sports. Shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded back in the hands of Bryant. Bryant not able to get this one up in time. Gets over to Tyree. Tyree on the connection. But Irons able to connect it in time one way or another to make it 31-11. 2:33 remaining here in the second. And so the Bruins again connecting on the inside over to Weiss. Weiss bounce backs to KWT. This one eventually answers up and in. As Morris able to get it on the board, lead up to 22. And the Bruins now tripling up on the Generals.
A really tough team to get after, especially on a great night like this.
Picked away again once more from Day. Day connecting up to Williams. Thomas answers it up and in. Lead up now to 24 with 1:56 remaining here in the second. Already a 24-point advantage, and you have to think certainly the Bruins want to find a way to push it to the point of no return or at least keep things in motion as it stands right now.
I mean, you have to, especially here in the first half. You just never know. You really don't ever know what could happen. Someone gets hot from behind the line, all of a sudden you're right back in it. So if you're Northrop, I think the messages keep going. Once you see that clock start to tick, tick, tick and never stop, then we'll talk about letting off the gas. But especially here in the first half, you don't get to that point.
Irons on the inbounds pass, connects over to Muff. Muff can't get it to go. Able to get the inside pass up and in time. Once more from Mariah Bryant.
Maybe the easiest bucket the Generals have seen all night long. The most space they've had inside the lane.
And able to connect inside the paint too, mind you, as well. Williams-Thomas able, you mentioned one easy shot. How about that on the inside too?
Yeah, it doesn't mean much when you can't get a stop at the other end, and Northrop going to make that as hard on anybody.
37-13 advantage of the Bruins with the .8 remaining here in the opening half. Jumper on the way, this one off the iron. Rebound back again into Bruin territory as we hit 1 minute remaining here in the opening half. Quick triple on the way, can't get it. Eventually tried to keep it inside, picked away by Wayne once more. Now inside the hands over to Irons. Irons trying to continue to keep it in time. Irons can't get it. Contact going to be drawn as it looks like, again, kind of a reach down coming in from Waring on the inside.
Yeah, that one Irons just found the angle and she just kind of got stuck up, had to commit the foul or really cede the bucket. So, you know, they say if you're going to foul, don't let them make it. And that one a little bit of a violent swat.
Indeed it was. 37-13, make it 37-14. Diva Irons again continuing to be the spark plug for Coach L.B. Smith and company. She's got 7 of the 14 on the board, as again you can really kind of see the matchup being Generals and Bruins, but also two dominant players kind of combating against each other, but we're clearly seeing the supporting cast making a little more noise tonight for the Bruins.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest separator right now is Northrop can give the ball to really whoever they want, and they're going to find a way to, if not put it in the hoop, they're going to find somebody who's wide open to do so. Wayne just hasn't really had that. Lanes are closing with a snap of a finger.
Shot up and in time for number 40 in Miley Waring, the 6-foot senior. And again, one thing to note about this Bruins team, they feel like this is their time because, again, they have a wide arsenal of seniors. This Wayne team, no seniors as it stands.
Yeah, and we're seeing that in the way both sides are playing because Northrop a lot more calm and comfortable compared to the Generals.
Again, tale of leadership is certainly telling the tale as it stands right now. It's a quick opportunity. They don't get it, but again, you can see number 33 in Trinity Calhoun trying to at least go for that three-point play. Couldn't get it to go. So the Bruins will pick up another foul. Obviously, Generals over the limit, but it will be free throws for the remaining 22.3 remaining. However you may take that. Here in the first half. Calhoun's second of 2, can't get it. Rebound back in the hands of Rice. Looks like they might settle for the one shot. It looks like they will. Back in the hands of Day. Lobs it out, and Wayne going to have another opportunity with 7 seconds to go.
And that might be the first time Wayne's been able to just kind of confuse Northrop enough. That ball thrown in, just a little bit of a miscommunication. You give it back, and here's a chance.
Inside opportunity coming in for number 4 at Irons. Just going to lob it up, not going to matter. And that is how the first half will come to a close. So nonetheless, the story here tonight, Kalia Williams-Thomas again continuing to dominate on the scoring as we take a look again, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. She's been able to hit the three-point shots nonstop here tonight for this Northrop team. And again, going through the highlight reel, you can see that Northrop has been dominant beyond the three. It's been thanks to KWT here in half number 1. We go to the intermission. Advantage of the Bruins, 38-14. We'll be back to the second half coming up in just a little bit. Let's groove. It's Friday night here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Club Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
I got a hold of everything and I come to stay. And now the whole world gon' know my name. And I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come to stay. When I'm gone, the whole world gon' know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street line. I was trying to sound harder than the street light. Ran the streets sometimes.
We welcome you back inside. 38-14 advantage of the Bruins over Wayne here in this girls' game. Let's get you caught up with some of the other action going on across the 260 games live right now here on Summit City Sports. As Carroll leading over Southside 26-12, 26-22, I beg your pardon. They're at the intermission in that one. Concordia leading over Snyder 42-14 after a, dare I say, 24-1 first quarter. An advantage over for Snyder over Concordia. Yes, you read that right. That Goff did say you read that right, and that was correct. But nonetheless, 42-14 advantage of the Panthers in the matchup over there. Bishop Dwenger leading over Bishop Luers 32-20 in the girls matchup over there. And then Northside leading over Homestead 34-24. As a reminder, coming up later this week, we should say tomorrow, weather permitting, we do have action coming up for you here on Summit City Sports, including Penn taking on Wayne. That'll be your early game at 3:30 right back here at the home of the Generals. Matt will be with you for that one. And then we go four ways at about 7 o'clock as Northridge takes on Snyder in girls game. The fighting North, Stephen Aiden will have that for you. Angola takes on Dwenger. That'll be 7:30 on girls side. Then boys basketball action. It'll be New Haven taking on Norwell at 7:30. That'll be followed by East Noble and Leo. Eli, you and Oscar will have that one just north of Highway 1, just north of DuPont Road here in Fort Wayne, coming up on Saturday night. So nonetheless, of course, too, one thing to keep in mind, the winter weather conditions that are coming in. Right now, no games have been postponed as it stands as of yet. But, again, one thing to keep in mind is that Monday night, Tuesday night postponements could be a possibility. More so Monday night, we should say, with the winter weather coming in.
Yeah, we'll see what we get. You want to play as many games as possible, especially down the stretch. It's your last opportunity to work out kinks, to work out anything that you don't like.
And that is certainly something we are going to see moving forward as we go into quarter number 3 here at the home of the Generals. As a reminder, tonight's game on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including the University of St. Francis. You can complete your online degree programs at online.sf.edu today. And by TJW Industrial, the leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. Third quarter getting underway. You can see the student section got the ESPN table out right now. They are much better dressed than we are as it stands.
That is certainly true, but we are not on camera.
We are not, and that's why they make the big bucks, that's for sure. So, inside pass coming in the other way. Long triple coming in for Williams-Thomas on the board.
She's been on the camera a lot tonight. Make that 24, unless they fixed it.
I think they might have fixed it, but let's say 24 officially as it stands. And a quick jumper back on the way for the Generals to make it 41-16, but nonetheless, it has been all about Kalia Williams-Thomas here tonight. 24 points. Foul got to be called on the screen on the inside. It looks like it's going to go against Wayne, and it will be. Yes, it will go against Berlia King. That'll be our first team foul, we should say.
Just a really great job by Northrop coming out, taking care of business. You didn't have your, maybe what could be seen as your best player, but DTW, every bit of DWT, every bit as good as what Swin Jackson can be.
It could be ELE. Everybody love everybody. Here's a push on the inside. Able to get this up and in for the hands of Diva Irons back on the board. And again, Irons, she's one of those secret weapons that not a lot of people talk about in the 2-6-0.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to look at Wayne's record and see that and think, oh, there's no way, they've got anything rolling for him. Irons does a real bulk of the work and can compete with any other guard or any other forward on any given night.
Connection on the inside over to Williams-Thomas. Goes back to Rice. Rice tries to get it inside the backboard. Can't get it to go. Rebound back in the hands of Irons. 6:18 remaining here in quarter number 3. A look to draw on the inside. Jumper, free throw line. Got it.
Just like that. That's what we're talking about. Throws the fake, stays calm, jumps through, and finishes off balance.
She's able to find the balance and the connection. Now down to a 7-possession game. 6 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. And again, kind of the fear you talked about a little bit earlier on is that do you try to go for the jugular and go for that 35 when the clock's running? Or do you find a way to fight your team back in it? And certainly Wayne is trying to fight their way back in. A jump ball going to go back over to Northrop.
The longer you let anyone hang around, the more you're asking them to come back and give you trouble down the stretch. If you're Northrop, you got to stomp them out now. If you don't slam the door, they'll take a mile.
Give an inch, give a mile. That's exactly the way. Quick shot on the way from Day. Going to be way off to the left. Jumper this time going to go back to the Generals. And now all of a sudden, the Generals trying to find a little bit of that open door opportunity. So they're on a quick 6-0 run to start here in quarter number 3.
We'll see if they can get in and just continue to chip away. You don't get it all back at once. You just find a bucket every time down and win exchanges.
As King gets this up on the inside, connects back over to Irons. Irons tries to pitch it out, but again, she found the contact. Because the official found the contact that looked like it's going to be off Rice, and it will be off Rice. And she had kind of multiple hands in there just trying to bat it outside.
And we saw early on in the game, Northrop really wasn't getting into that trouble, but as we've progressed, they're going to be a physical team. And you understand that you're going to take some fouls with that. You just can't be stupid.
And we're starting to see the fouls again beginning to accumulate. We don't want to say that you're going to be in foul trouble yet, but that might be a conversation you want to start thinking about. Should you add more? That's the second on the board now for number 15 to Kamaya Morris.
And again, you just need to understand where you're at. Right now, the lead is big, so you shouldn't be taking any dumb fouls. But at the same time, you don't want to give up easy buckets.
So Morris is going to pick up her first. Already team foul number 2 for Northrop with 5:20 remaining. But again, you don't want to give too much away because, there is a possibility anybody could draw back in. And if you let Diva Irons back into it, could be a little closer than you think. She makes them both.
And I saw it on Tuesday night. Woodland stormed out in front of Bishop Lures across 26 first-half points for Melissa Anderson. And then Lures just hung around. Woodland didn't put them away, and we ended up with a 1-point game.
And again, one thing to note about that Lurs team, they have one of the bright young freshmen still picked up away from the Generals, as it now goes right back in the hands of Tyree. She's continuing to keep a hand on it. Pitched out outside, going to be deflected out of play back to Northrop. Keep in mind, that Bishop Lurs team is going to be a very good team to contend with moving forward. And again, keep in mind, just 2 years removed from a state title.
Yeah, Lures is always going to be an elite program. They're always going to have pieces. You may not see where they lie, but they're always going to be there. Harvest Green had a great night. Campbell Glen was lights out from behind the arc, and that allowed Lures to chip their way back in.
Inside pass going to be picked up in the hands of Rice. Rice able to lob this one up to Williams. Thomas can't get it. Little 2-on-1 collision, but again, settling in for the contact as Miley Waring goes down for a moment, but able to reset. So nonetheless, Calhoun's going to pick up a foul to make it 2 team fouls apiece.
Yeah, that exchange right there, part of the reason you don't want to just put the ball on the floor, keep it high, keep it tucked.
41-22, advantage of the Bruins, but the Generals trying to pigeonhole their way back into this one as Northrop hasn't really found the hot hand early on here in half number 2. This one goes off the mark, inside pressure up and in for the hands of Miley Waring.
They're going to have to continue to dominate inside. If 3 ball's not falling, they should be able to get in and help themselves out.
43-22, advantage of Northrop. So we're just about halfway through. Inside, up and in for Irons. And gets the and one.
And again, we talk about just the swipes that Northrop's always going to go after. It really bit them this time. And then again, Daviana Irons able to finish through contact.
As Irons able to get more points on the board. She's got 15 right now of the Wayne 24. Make it 43-24 here in the third, but she misses a 3-point play opportunity. But nonetheless, the closer you can try to inch your way inside, the better off you're going to be. Opportunity push 2-on-1. This one going to be deflected inside, picked up by Rice. Now deflected away, gets over to Weiss. Weiss able to set this inside, over to Williams Thomas. Williams Thomas, bounce pass inside. Eventually gets it back off the hands of Kimbrough. Kimbrough again. Looked able to get away, but again, jump ball is going to still stay with Northrop. And interesting call on the jump ball as both hands trying to reach in, but nonetheless, Wayne going to stop to think it over for a moment.
Got there.
Or Northrop going to stop to think it over.
Got there just in the nick of time. And you wonder what Coach Smith said to these girls at halftime as they're rolling here in the early stages of the second half.
You have to think what is considered, but nonetheless, it's a 19-point advantage. The Generals doing a great job of continuing to stay in motion. Tonight's game is brought to you by the 10,000 Hoosier men and women with the affiliated district councils and local unions that help build Indiana. We are LIUNA. You can earn your edge to CISA takes the Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge training program designed to maximize your athleticism. Visit them online at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. By Always 100, the Academy drills and skills Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Parkview Sports Medicine Fieldhouse. Ages pre-K to 12th grade, you can develop dribbling, shooting, passing, and defense for just $10 when you drop in. Thanks to our friends at Always 100. And, of course, brought to you by the fine folks at Summit City Sports. Be sure to follow us on X, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all the latest games we've got going on. And right now we've got 5 games going on across the board in girls and boys action here tonight. We'll have the boys coming up later on in what has now turned into kind of an interesting race at the top of the table for the boys side of the SAC. We'll see Wayne kind of hoping for some scoreboard watching tonight, but in a possibility they could get their way into a tie for first here tonight.
Yeah, and is that one no good? But Snyder throwing them a huge bone. Snyder doesn't normally like to do that with Northrop, but knocking out Homestead last week, it really made us think, well, we got a competition again. It looked like Homestead might run away with it after they beat Southside, but Here we go.
So we'll see what happens across the board here tonight. Of course, 5 games here on the network. Foul going to be called against the Generals once more. This time it'll be on number 3 in Brilla King. So King going to pick up her 4th foul. So already one general in foul trouble territory. First shot up and in time for Northrop. But again, that will be something we'll need to keep an eye on here tonight. We know we have one boys game in progress as it stands. As you mentioned, it is Homestead taking on Northside on the boys' side right now.
And they're down 10 at the half.
So if you want to catch that one, again, a little switch up of that boys' game moving up to the 6 o'clock window versus the 7:30 here on Summit City Sports. Still engaging here in this one as we get another whistle picked up against Northrop. This time it's going to be against Kalia Williams-Thomas.
Now 4th here in the quarter on the Bruins. We still got 3 minutes to play.
So you have to think free throws could potentially be a possibility in one direction or another. As Williams-Thomas able to get it off the deflection. Now again, pass on the inside. Finds over to Weiss. Weiss able to kiss the glass up and in. Marion Weiss able to get it up on the board to make it a 23-point game. 47-24. Got a low-scoring effort right now. 71 points between these two teams. An opportunity trying to pitch out on the left side. It's Irons again. Irons looks to take it up on her own. Can't get it, but more contact going to be drawn. And it will be free throws the rest of the third for this Generals team.
That about the third time in this quarter we've just seen Irons get inside, split defenders, and then draw contact. It's allowing Wayne to hang around. We thought Northrop might run away with it. Not so fast.
Again, only nine third quarter points as it stands to the Bruins. He had 38 at the intermission. So again, credit to the Generals for at least finding a way to slow it down as Irons makes the first of two. But nonetheless, you have to think you can't really just try to slide in and be kind of ticky-tacky with it.
Is that one of the things that they're really going to have to lock in on, as they're going to have to face Homestead next week, and they still have SAC aspirations, and Homestead, a team you're probably going to run into at some point in the playoff round.
I mean, again, depending on how the ping pong balls drop, you'd have to think likely a Friday night engagement, if not maybe Saturday. Here's the push in the inside. Able to get this out. Now back over to Morris. Morris can't get it off the iron. Again, a double jumble up inside for Northrop, but able to reset in the interim. They're able to go back to Morris. Morris again, jump ball. Going to go back over to Wayne. So a nice reach-in hustle point going to go for the Generals, and a 21-point advantage. 2:12 remaining here in quarter number 3. So the Generals again moving it back right to left in your screen. It's Irons again. Able to get the sound on the outside. Connects over to Atkinson. Atkinson can't get it. That one somehow kept in play, but eventually deflected back in the hands of the Bruins. And a reset upcoming for Williams-Thomas. 1:50 remaining here in the third. 21-point advantage. You can see a little bit of a stacked defense going in for Wayne. But contact going to be drawn.
And on the other side, we've seen Irons do that a couple of times. Now Williams-Thomas able to find a way to the free throw line.
That she does, as Trinity Calhoun is going to pick up her third. That'll be team foul number 4. So it will be free throws the rest of the way here in quarter number 3 with 1:44 remaining. As you see, Williams-Thomas makes the first, 48-26. Second shot up is off the mark. Trying to get the offensive board, couldn't get it to go. Rebound back in the hands of the Generals. Here comes Irons again, 2-on-1, draws a contact off the hands of Ixerlbin. And again, both teams just going to be shooting the rest of the way with 1:34 remaining. So again, the contact standards really held to a high standard here tonight. As again, this crew looking for kind of a clean game here tonight. Not too much pressure again, especially on those hip checks, what I've noticed here tonight too.
Yeah, they're really trying to make sure everything, it's called the right way. You want to allow the teams to be physical, but you can't allow them to cheat the game, and they're not.
They're not cheating the game by any stretch of the imagination. 48-28 our score, 1:30 remaining here in quarter number 3. But again, a contact-heavy game being drawn. This one up and in!
A little nylon!
Off the hands of Briley Day And now the rare Alvin Johnson 4-point play incoming. So we take a look at that again one more time, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. She was able to find a way to get on the left side. And again, the push coming in off Calhoun has made the difference. But she misses the free throw. But eventually deflected, still going to stay with Northrop no matter what. As you see Thomas bringing up the Northrop player, but actually going to stay with Wayne. As they go back to King, $1:16 remaining here in quarter number 3, 23-point game. Still deflected in on the inside. Battle up the middle, and a whistle going to be called against Morris. So again, now you have to think foul trouble could play a factor coming into quarter number 4 potentially. Of course, a 23-point lead, not the easiest lead to come back from, but nonetheless, if you have some of your key components and a little bit of foul trouble, could make a difference moving forward.
At the end of the day, you want the game to be in your hands down the stretch, and Northrop's going to have that going to the fourth quarter. But the way they're playing, they're starting to kind of play it back into the hands of the Generals. Just be confident. Go back to what you were doing in the first half. Smart, physical basketball, and not careless.
Diva Irons goes 2 for 2 to make it with a 21-point game, 51-30. Jumper on the right side, can't get it to go. Rebound back in the hands of Anderson. Anderson able to look on the inside. Now a jumper opportunity. Goes over again for Anderson. Up and in.
These seniors hitting from behind the line, just walking the lead right back out.
And the leads have continued to mount for the Bruins from the three-point arc. But nonetheless, this has been their largest lead we've seen here tonight. At 24 points. Jumper blocked up and in. My goodness. That made Eli Lawrence jump for a second. Let's take a look at that again one more time.
Put the roof on it.
As Williams Thomas again able to find the aerial attack and get it down on the inside. Now a push away again for Williams Thomas. Lobs it up, got it. Already 27 for her tonight out of the Northrop 56. Double team pressure. As Wayne will call the timeout, 12.4 remaining. But the Bruins up 26, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. As again, the Generals have done everything they can. But again, the one thing I've noticed about this Northrop team, they've done a great job of at least trying to push forward in late quarter situations. We saw it at the end of the second. The Bruins just, again, trying to find firepower from their firepower here tonight.
Yeah, that's how you win games late in the year. Every team's going to have a punch and every team's going to have a counter punch. What are you going to do when a team tries to fight back into a basketball game? Are you going to sit down and let them? For Northrop, no, they've weathered the storm. They're riding it out. They're going to head to the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead and a chance to finish out the Generals and start making plans for next week.
And again, you have to think that is so much closer than you think. Moving forward, 12.4 remaining. 56-30 advantage of Northrop. This one picked away in the inside. Now back over to Exelman. Exelman trying to pick it up again. Tries to go for the bounce, and a timeout called by Northrop. Kind of a heads-up play from Coach Katie Jackson and company, knowing that she was just kind of stuck down there and had to get out of some pressure.
The best coaches can get their players out of bad situations, and Coach Jackson did just that right there.
And you could see also, too, Swin Jackson kind of laughing it off, knowing like, yep, you needed to do that right here, right now. So a little bit of laughing going on top of that, as it looks like we'll see number 40, Miley Waring, coming back in for the Bruins. Well, we can't confirm the lineup as of next week as of yet, but again, SAC play closing out coming up next week, and an array of games for you here coming up on the network. We'll have south side of Bishop Dwenger. Wayne's going to be going to Lures on the boys and girls side. That should be a fun one coming up next Friday night. And then, again, just look at it. Those are at least some of the games that we'll have for you. 5 seconds remaining. Inside pass. Able to get this up over to Day. Day looks over on the inside. They got to go for the quick pressure. Doesn't get it as it's waved off at the horn, and that's how the third quarter will come to a close. But nonetheless, the Bruins have found a way to push forward here in quarter number 3. As they lead by 26, the Generals not willing to go down without a fight. We go to the fourth. Back in a moment.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
But I got a hold of everything and I come from study. And now the whole world gon' know my name. And I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come from study. When I'm gone, the whole world gon' know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street life. I was trying to shout harder than the street light. Ran the streets till I'm tired.
56-30 advantage of the Bruins here in this girls matchup as we go into quarter number 4. Joe Northern, Eli Lawrence, Caden Linder. Glad to have you with us here tonight. As again, the Bruins have been led by number 5 in Kaylee Williams-Thomas. 27 points for her tonight out of the Northrop 56. Maybe she could go for 30, and she does!
Woo! You can't say enough.
She's now got 30 officially tonight with 7:30 remaining here in this one. And the Bruins now certainly looking for daylight with 7:25 remaining here in quarter number 4. And again, the one thing to note, though, foul trouble has come back to haunt these two teams. We'll talk about that should that become the case, but that was really the story of quarter number 3. Penetration now again on the inside over the Day. Day now looks inside. Connects back over to Morris. Morris left side of the key. Can't get it to go. Rebound back in the hands now again of Atkinson. Atkinson trying to settle it. 2-on-1. Bounce pass pressure. Gets back over to King. Long triple on the way. In and out from the hands of Irons. She was looking for it but could not get it to go.
And one she normally makes.
Quick cross key pass. Now backs again to Morris. Morris again settling in. Williams-Thomas again. No shot clock, no worries. Here's another long triple on the way. Off the left side of the iron and back in the hands of the Generals. And a quick 90 seconds have gone by here in quarter number 4. But Northrop up 29, and we get a whistle called against Briley Day, 59-30. Day is going to pick up her first personal, team foul number 1. Now, Eli, I understand we have some additional developments we want to try to keep people updated on here tonight.
Yes, we have Northside and Homestead's boys. They played the first game. We talked about it a couple of times tonight. The Legends up by 16 going to the final quarter. Homestead in danger of losing 3 in a row.
Jared Matheny's got you with you on that one here on the network. A fun ending developing there in over off state and Spy Run coming up in just a little bit. Well, right now we should say, not just a little bit. But nonetheless, again, tonight also too on the boys' side, you got to think it's going to be a little bit of a separation or really kind of make things interesting to the last 3 weeks of the regular season for boys again. With the girls' playoffs coming up in less than 2 weeks from now. Guys, you still have that month separation. 2 shots up at a time for the Generals. It really makes that a little interesting coming into the month of February. But, again, depending on how far your team goes, not a lot of attention paid to it until the last week or two. Here's Irons again on the front, able to get this one up and in.
Just won't let them die. 23 of her team's 34.
Unbelievable for the junior. Inside pressure again, coming one more time for Weiss. Sets back over to Day. Day. Finding Weiss yet again. Weiss can't get this up. Rebound back in the hands of Tyree. Tyree trying to continue to keep it in control. Able to spit this out opposite side. Gets it over, up and in for Mariah Bryant.
freshman hitting from deep.
It's Maria Bryant able to get this one up and in a 22-point game. And you have to think the Bruins just want to try to at least stave off at least a possibility of a comeback at this point. But this Generals team, we know eventually what their sweet spot's going to be, and that's going to be that three-point arc moving forward.
And right now we're going to have to see Northrop's seniority take over. Finish the job because you've been here before.
Rebound back in the hands of the Generals. As Atkinson able to get this one up and across. Now connecting back over to Tyree. Tyree just over the line, but took an extra step anyway, so going to be a traveling violation. 22-point lead. Advantage of the Bruins. 5:12 remaining here in the fourth. But you got to think, though, this Northrop team, they feel a little bit of a sense of desperation. They're not satisfied of really how the second half has gone for them.
And Wayne's done a really good job. I think a lot of that goes to the Generals' credit. Defensively, they've been a whole different beast here in the second half.
And again, a big pressure of that has been coming from Irons, but can't get it. But she eventually gets the offensive call against her on that offensive arm bar going against her.
A little bit too much. Little too much bump. Most of the times they'll let him play, but she extended.
Yep, we saw that kind of like left elbow just kind of go up and just not really work out for him on that front. But nonetheless, the Generals still finding a way. But nonetheless, the Bruins still up 22. Here's Weiss, able to connect over to Waring. Waring looks on the inside, able to get the kiss off the glass, up and in.
And those are the buckets Northrop has to take advantage of the rest of the way. Just put them away. You're letting them hang around for too long.
And that's the one thing we haven't seen as much of the Bruins compared to the first half of the second. Not too much paint action, which, again, Wayne's done a great job of finding their way on the inside to shut down that paint. But nonetheless, the Bruins still have a little bit of work left to do to shut it down. So we're a little over halfway through, under halfway through quarter number 4, 27-point lead.
Nice job to keep that dribble alive.
And again, Williams-Thomas barely getting over in time. This one going to be a fight for it. Eventually picked up back by Wayne. And Maria Bryant able to get this one in time. Spits it out for Irons. Irons over to King. King, jumper, can't get it to go. Back into the hands of Irons. Now trying to reset. Gets it over to connect once more from the hands of Bryant again. Bryant looks over. 2-on-1 pressure. Take it away. Picked up over from Weiss.
And that time just ran into a wall. Northrop, 3 defenders right there to shut her down.
And that's really been the bread and butter what we've seen tonight. They've done a great job of at least trying to counter on the pressure of at least the Wayne offensive guards, or at least the Wayne offensive targets here tonight, going 3-on-1, 3-on-1. And Katie Jackson and company want to stop to think it over. We will take it with them. 61-37 here in the fourth, with the Bruins trying to continue to ride the momentum.
Thanks for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
For those of you expecting the boys game, that will be coming up in approximately 18 to 20 minutes, depending on how this one finishes up, as we're in the fourth quarter. 3:15 remaining, advantage of the Bruins. That'll be beginning on a separate feed as soon as this one is wrapping up. As Williams-Thomas has been the story tonight, gotta say a clear contender for your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game.
She's up there. Nice 32 points.
Yeah, just 32.
Good Friday night.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Also, not a bad night for Diva Irons, too, though, however. She's got 23, misses it off the point. Able to get this one shot up. Traveling violation, not going to matter. Go the other way.
Just didn't put it on the floor quick enough.
So 63-37. The road doesn't get easier for the Bruins this next week. They head to Columbia City coming up on Tuesday night, the 27th, and then wrapping up their season against Homestead next Friday night is another kiss off the glass up and in from Kamaya Morris.
Yeah,
make it a 28-point game.
A really strong finish to the year, and Northrop, pending the greatest collapse in sports, going to walk away, chance to get a share of the SAC with a win over Homestead next week. You've got one more week of film to look at, find your errors, and then go at that star-studded lineup over on the southwest side.
So we'll look to see how that goes. Our friends at Homestead Live will be streaming that, so we wish the best of luck to them next week. Quick shot, going to be way off the mark. This one back in the hands of the Bruins. It's back over to Xerlben. And Weiss again now settling, crossing the timeline. 2:09 remaining here in quarter number 4. Able to spit it back over to Rice. Rice again. Able to bounce pass. Gets it out. Now finds over Xerlben. Xerlben inside the paint. 3-on-1 pressure. How did Day do that? If she found a way to get it over to Williams-Thomas and got a point, that would have been something to repeat over and over, but nonetheless goes out of play.
These are the kinds of things that they're going to need next week, so maybe saving them just for that moment.
Potentially, and it will be senior night here tonight, it appears, since it looks like we have parents kind of coming in on the corridor. So what we will do, for those of you watching on the girls' feed, we're going to switch over to the boys' feed as soon as this is done. We will show you the senior night ceremonies. We'll have the audio off, but we will have those ceremonies for you on the boys' feed tonight, so you can enjoy that at home. So if that works for you, that clearly works for us here at Summit City Sports. Push again on the inside. It goes back over to Bryant. Bryant, take it away. Gets back over to Irons. Irons, 2-on-1 pressure. Able to spit this one outside. Irons again, $1:38 remaining here in quarter number 4. Irons looking able to lob this up. No shot going to be called, but contact going to be drawn against Northrop. As Louise is going to pick up her third. Wayne already with 2 on the board officially. 65-37 here in quarter number 4. We're actually not senior night. It's actually Wayne Hall of Fame night going on tonight for Wayne Athletics Hall of Fame. So I imagine they will be acknowledging the Hall of Famers here at the ceremony that was going on directly. So again, if you've been to Wayne, you know when you enter, you go straight into the arena if you're coming in straight to the arena, but there's a cafeteria to the right side. They had the Hall of Fame ceremonies going on the right side. Foul picked up, by the way, on number 23 in Xerlben. That's be her second, team foul number 4. So I imagine we're going to see some acknowledgement of the Hall of Famers coming up. So we will bring that to you on the boys' feed coming up as soon as this is over. A lot of words to say at a lot little time, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, a 28-point lead advantage of Northrop. As second shot up and in for Maria Bryant. 65-38. With a minute 21 remaining here in this one. Here's Kimbrough. And again, contact going to be drawn against number 12, Amelia Muff. So both teams, actually Northrop now with 4 fouls. Wayne down with 3. And a minute 16 remaining. And again, it's just don't do anything stupid. Find a way to connect on the inside. That's exactly what they do.
It's a real nice off-ball movement right there from the Bruins. Give them a little more. Oh, we reached the number.
As we do reach the number, and a 29-point advantage and inside pressure for Diva Irons. Her number tonight, 25, mind you.
Not a bad one at all. Hasn't quite been enough for the Generals, but no matter what the score is, 25 is tough to do.
Absolutely, and again, she is going to continue to be a force that we will see not only through the playoffs, but again, coming in through next season for this Generals team. And they've got a lot of great guards, a lot of great ability moving forward.
Yeah, they're going to be able to develop, and that's what you really look forward to with such a young core. They're going to be here for a long time. Excuse me. You have another year of Daviana Irons. You have another year of Belia King, Zia Atkinson. You're going to have Amaya Tyree coming back. Bryant's coming back. Everybody, no one's leaving. So this same group we're going to see next year after a whole offseason of development.
Little backcourt violation going to be called on the opposite side. Goes back to Northrop. 52.5 remaining. Again, for those of you expecting the boys game, that will be coming up on a separate feed as soon as this one is over. But Northrop at that magic meme number and a 26-point advantage, as that's taken away from the hands of Thomas. Thomas over to Irons. Irons lobs it up, can't get it to go. Rebound back in the hands of Farley. Again, pressure on the inside. Whistle will be called.
They just want to keep the score. It's got to be why.
I mean, hey, you do it for the culture. I mean, that's
one way to say it.
That is for the culture, as they say. As Northrop again going to be shooting two, so depending on what happens here, we'll look to see if it's intentionally going to stay with the number or not.
That's one.
That is one. That is one. Second shot up. Make it 68 on the board. And for those in the comments saying I'm being cheesy, well, thank you for watching. 27-point lead, 18-second remaining. As the Bruins going to come out with likely a 27-point victory, barring another bucket coming in from Irons. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Irons looking for an opportunity. That's going to be picked away from Farley, and that's going to be your game right there. Farley going to cross it, and that is how this one will come to a close. So your final in this one, 68-41, as the Northrop Bruins improve to 11-9 in the regular season. The Wayne Generals fall to 6-13 on the regular season. Up next for the Bruins, it will be a date at Columbia City, and you know, Eli, that's not going to be an easy one for them.
Never is. That Eagles team, look at a rebound, a couple of tough losses. Belmont, Norwell, they've got all the pieces to make a deep run in the postseason, and they're going to give Northrop everything they've got.
Meanwhile, Wayne, they will have one more home game against Lakewood Park. So tonight, not necessarily senior night for the girls at least, as they will be welcoming Lakewood Park for a varsity-only game coming up on the 27th. That will be a 6:30 start time. Then they head to the road against Bishop Luers and Concordia Lutheran. That'll be coming up on the 30th and the 31st. All right, let's pause. Join us on feed number 2 for the boys action as Northrop takes on Wayne, as we will have Senior Day ceremonies coming up on that feed, so be sure to join us on that one in just a moment. For those of you watching on the girls' feed, so long. Join us for the boys for Senior Day ceremonies in a moment.